can use your pension as proof of ties back home. I also use it. I added it as one of my proof of ties back home. Okay, so get a letter from your pension company. That's what I did. You tell them to write a reference letter to the visa officer stating that you have a pension with them. They write your pen number, write how much you have in your pension account as of today, and they should not fail to state that you're not eligible to, like, have full access to the funds in that money until the age of, I think, 55. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Celine Chibozo, and on this channel, I break down all you need to know about studying, living, and thriving in Canada, whether as an international student, a permanent resident, or an immigrant in general. I also like to share my knowledge and experiences in life. If this sounds like something you like, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. And for my old subscribers, thank you guys for rocking this channel. Thank you so much. So today I want to talk about how to prove or show strong ties to your home country. If you're applying for a visa to Canada, America, or any other country in the world, you probably see where they want you to prove or show that you have strong ties back home. What does this mean and how can you prove this? I'll give you 5 points on how to show that you have ties back home. So without further ado, guys, let's start right away. Now, I'm using Canada as an example because that's where I came to study. When you're applying for a study permit, the visa officer wants you to prove that you have strong ties back home. What does this strong tie means? It simply means you have something to go back to. Okay, they want you to stay. They created the PR pathways for students and temporary residents. So they want you to try to see if you can get your PR, but they also want to see that just in case everything doesn't work out as planned, because to be honest, not everybody will get the PR. So just in case things don't work out or there are changes to immigration that require you to go home, you're not going to be a nuisance in the country. You would go home. And you can only show that you will go home, or they can only believe that you will go home if you have something worthy to go back to. So that is where the proving of your ties back home comes in. Okay. The first point would be your family ties. This is very, very important because everyone have families. There's no one that fell from the sky. So we all have families. Whether you're married, whether you're single, you have family. So let's say you're coming to study, you need to show that you have a family you will go back to. Prove that you have the strong bond, you have the strong relationship with your family. For instance, if you're married and your wife will be staying back with your kids, or you're the husband that'll be staying back with your kids, whichever way you're married, you have wife, you have kids, or you don't have, whichever the situation is stated there. I'm married, I have my wife back home, or I have my husband, I also have kids, these are their ages. If your kids are small or they are big, whatever the situation, just use it to your advantage. Okay. So let's say you have small kids. You can say, I have little kids, 2 or 3 kids. These are their ages, and this is very young. They are their formative age, and I do not want to be left out of their growing or out of their life. So I'm coming here for studies, and once I'm done with my studies, I would want to go back to my family because we share this bond, we share this closeness. It's not even going to be easy for them in my absence, but we'll communicate every day over the phone and all that. But it's not something you want for an extended period of time, which is why you would be going back home right after your studies. If you're not married, but you have your mom, you have your dad, siblings, brothers, also write today. Oh, I'm the last child, or I'm the first child. I'm very close to my mom. I'm very close to my dad. You can even say my mom live with me, or she's been living with me for the past 2, 3, 4 years. I've been solely responsible for her care and all that in my country. According to the tradition, we take care of our old parents because we don't have so much of nursing homes and all that. Like, there are responsibilities, and I've been doing this for my mom for the past 7, 6, 5, 10 years, whatever your situation is. Okay, just write it there and say, so I'm just coming here to study, and while I'll be studying, I have spoken to one of my siblings who have graciously accepted to take in a mom for the period of my being here. All these things you're saying should not just be stories. You should back it up with documentary evidences. So you can put things like your birth certificate, they'll see your name, your parents' name. You can even add your mom's ID card. You can add your marriage certificate to show that you were married, children's birth certificate if you have one. If you're using your siblings as home tie, you put their birth certificate, your own ID card. They will see where the names, surnames, because even if you're married, your maiden name and stuff will be there, right? State all these things. And then most importantly, please don't forget to add pictures. Pictures. Real life pictures, not pictures that you went to studio to pose and snap. Those ones, they look at it like staging. Give real pictures of real events. You see that picture that you do not even take to be very important, that you think it means nothing, that's the one that they really like. Pictures of you and your mom in your house just sitting on your sofa, you randomly just, hey, mommy, smile. And you just pose, hey, daddy, smile, yay. Those are the kind of pictures they like. You people went to church, you went to event, you just took one random picture outside, people at the background, things like that. I'm not saying the ones you took in the in studio should not be used or it's not okay, but I'm just telling you from experience what I know, because I've seen somebody that put pictures from studio and stuff and they rejected it. It looked more like staging, but that one was for marriage, okay? So, but it's the same concept. So what I'm just trying to say, if you understand me very well, is put practical pictures, things that look real to prove these ties and to prove this relationship. So that is number one. The second point to be your financial ties back home. So if you have money, you have investment, business that is working for you, you can say it there. You have a business, even if it's a small business or anything, as long as, especially if you have online presence, people that have Instagram, you post your businesses every day and all that, it comes very handy for this kind of application. Okay. So you can say you have financial investment back home, you have this business currently running. If you have your business registration document, you can also add it there and be sure to show where you're listed at one of the directors, if it's a limited liability company or like sole proprietor, depending on whatever it is you registered. And then add a letter, say that you're going to study, but in the meantime, you've handed over the leadership or the management to either your managing director or these, but that you will still be, you know, handling some parts remotely. Draft a letter in your company letter headed paper, where you've written that, okay, this person is going to be handling this for me, just like a handover note. I'm traveling for the purpose of study between this period to this period. In the meantime, you're going to assume this position. You'll be in charge of this, that. You will still be reporting to me, or you can state where you guys are going to be having meeting once a week or something to show how they will also be reporting to you. So write it there that this is your business. Also include like bank statement for your business. This time you're not using it to show proof of fund. You're just using it as your ties back home. But let them just see that yes, this business is active, it's registered, I have this number of staff. If you have a website for your business, if you have an Instagram handle, places where you've posted your business, whatever it is, you're selling fish or you're selling anything, you were posting it. If you were smart enough and you have a business registered for the company, write it. It's very, very important. They know that this is your sweat. You can even add it depending on the course you're coming to study. You say you're coming to study this course to help you grow your business later, because what you're going to be learning will go a long way to, help your business. That is why you're coming here for this study. They will see that yes, this is a very useful venture. You're coming to study so that by the time you finish studying, whatever you've learned here, you're going to implement it into your business to help the business grow from the level where it is to wherever you want it to be. So that's another ties back home. This is your financial aspect. For those who do not have investments, you say, oh, I'm young, I do not have any investment. If you have pension, it's another investment. As a matter of fact, pension can even work for you in two ways. It can serve as proof of funds, it can also serve as a proof of ties back home. So let me explain this one to you. You know that in Nigeria, my country where I come from, I don't know how it is for other countries. You cannot access the total money in your pension account until the age of 55. So you can write it there that you have pension in your country, and so you're not going to be running away because this is your investment money that you've worked for over the years, and that according to the Nigerian constitution, you're not eligible to access the total funds in this account until the age of 55. Get a letter from your pension company. They'll write your name, address it to the visa officer, and they'll write, or to whom it may concern, whatever you want. They'll write there that you have a pension account with them, write your PIN number, write how much is in the pension as at today and the Canadian equivalent, okay? Write it there and state it clearly that you cannot access the total funds on that account until the age of 55. That is when you want to use it as ties back home. If you also want to use it as your proof of funds, you can also state it there that when you're disengaged from employment and you're not able to get a job within 4 months, that you're able to access at least 25%. So depending on how much you have there, you can also state it that Look at what I have in my pension. Out of this money, 25% is going as my proof of funds. Look at the letter that the pension company have stated that I can take 25% of this money whenever I want. So, and I'm coming to study. I'm not going to be working. For those that probably you resigned, you're not going to have a job again. You can state it there that I'm not going to have a job, but I have 25% of this money is part of my proof of funds that will help me settle in Canada, pending when, I finish my studies and stuff like that. So just write it that this is part of the proof of funds that will help you as your living expense in Canada. So, guys, this is another way to use pension to show either ties back home or proof of funds. So, this one is a bonus. The third one will be your employment or job ties. So, especially for those people that did not resign their jobs, let's say you got like leave, study leave, to come and study. You write there that you still have your job. This is what you do. This is where you work. You're not resigning. You're only coming here to study. And in fact, these studies will help you to grow in your career trajectory. You're aiming for this position in the next 5 to 6 years in your company, and you figured out that coming here to get Western education with all its advantages and all that would help you grow and make your company better. Just coin it, like let everything link to see that yes, this is what I'm coming to study, this is what I'm doing right now. This course I'm coming to study will help me, will grow my chances in the country of growing to director, managerial level. Those that are still working with the government, you say, yes, I have a government job. This is very sustainable. I love my job so much. That is why I'm not resigning. I'm only taking a study leave. You also attach the letter where your company is giving you study leave to come and study between this period to this period, stating that you're going to be coming back. In one of my videos, somebody was, when I talked about how to show proof of funds, somebody was saying, what if his or her company was sponsoring him to come and study abroad? This is another way to your advantage. You can also use it as ties. You say, okay, even the studies I'm coming to do, I'm being sponsored by my company. You will see the letter from the company stating that they are sponsoring you. Of course, the company will have to need to have a very good reason why they are sponsoring you. They cannot just wake up to come and sponsor you. Okay, so they can say this person, let's say you're coming to do one IT course, for example, and that course will really help the company grow. They will say they are investing this thing because they know that when you go and come back, whatever you've learned, you're going to train others in the department, and they also hope that you will grow. They can even write it in a way that you'll be coming home after every semester. Just state it there. After every semester, or if you're doing a 2 years course, for instance, after every year, to come back, see the progress report. So you also use that you have a very good job. As a matter of fact, the company is even the one sponsoring you for this thing. So there's no way you're going to be running away from the company, because once you're done, you will give back to the company that's brought you here and stuff like that. You can also use that one as ties back home. So this is your job or your employment as another proof of your ties back home. So the number four proof of ties back home will be property ownership. Let's say you have property like houses, lands, whichever one you have. You stated there that you have a land, you have a property, and that you'll be coming back to them. So when you state that you have a land, don't just end there, because for all we know, this land could be a dumping ground, could be a dustbin site. Let them see and understand the value of this land, why you will come back to it. So you can say, I have a land located at so and so place, state the place, mention the size of the land, and mention the worth of the land as at today. You can go ahead to add an evaluation report attached to the document to show that yes, you own this. Of course, you're going to add documentation to show that you own the land. In addition to that document, also show like the evaluation report, what that property cost as of today. If you also have a house, you can also state it there. I have a house which I'm currently renting right now, and this property generates this amount for me annually, which is the Canadian equivalent of this, or US equivalent of that. Wherever you're going, when you write the value of that property in your currency, write what it is in the currency of the country where you're also going to, so that the visa officer will also understand, because they might not know what 1 naira or 10 naira might mean in their own country. So state it like that and add supporting document to show that yes, this is your property and this is your parcel or piece of land. This is another way to show that yes, you have a property back home. Okay, the last one, which is number 5, is membership of an association or organization. So let's say you attend Anglican, you attend Catholic, you're a member of the Women's Guild in your country or something like that, and you've been an active member, or you've even been a one-time president, secretary, or you were just an active member, you enjoy what you do. You can state it there. If you have this your Women's Guild certificate and all those things, pictures of when you were inducted, show pictures of when women went for outreach, church programs that you do. Tell them that this is your life, this is where you belong, and that this is what you do, and this is what you contribute to this your organization, so you're part of it and you don't want to leave it. If you're someone that has been volunteering in schools or in your village, you're this kind of person that when you go home for Christmas, you gather women, you gather children, you do something for them. Tell them that in your community you're like one of the pillars, people that get it going. You don't want to leave them for anything in the world. Your reason for coming here to study is just purely for studies, and you believe that even while you're studying, you also learn things from the economy and country that you will help you better your own country and your community. Okay, that you're not just here to study for only yourself, but you're here to learn something that you're also going to implement in your country, in your society, and all that. So state it, and when you're stating it, please put pictures. They like it. You'll see pictures when people did harvest in church, women's guild meeting, Mother's Day meeting. Those are fine uniforms, wrappers. State it there. Let them see you. That picture that you snapped smiling, that's beautiful moment that you captured. I mentioned it or not studio one. That beautiful moment you captured. They see that joy, that atmosphere. Right there. You're a strong member, so you cannot leave this for anything, because these are your people and you like service and you're serving them, you're giving back. So after your studies, that you will definitely going back home. Okay. Hope you found this video very interesting and you found the information very useful. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to this channel. And if you have any question, please go ahead and drop it in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you.